Welcome back to my series, Watch Me Build a Garden for Less Than $100. If you're new here, I'm a beginner gardener, a mom, and we just moved into this house at the beginning of this year. Since then, I've been working really hard to turn this yard into a space that feels like home. We spend a lot of time outside during the nicer season. One of the biggest things I've learned about gardening is that you don't need a huge budget to create something beautiful. You just need a willingness to learn, to get your hands dirty, to be a beginner, to fail, and to keep showing up. Today, I'll be doing a little bit of succession planting, which is something I just recently learned about. Apparently, gardening doesn't stop when summer ends. Different crops thrive through different seasons, and some vegetables actually prefer the cooler temperatures of spring and fall. So technically, you're not only able to grow in the summer, you're able to grow 3 out of 4 seasons. As a beginner, that's something I truly never knew. I thought you planted in the spring, harvested in summer, and that was the end of it. Gardening is really about learning how to keep your space producing for you throughout the year. Before I can get to that today though, I've got some yard work to tackle. This patio was almost completely buried when we moved in. The grass and soil had grown over so much that I've literally been digging the patio out of the ground piece by piece over the last couple months. It's amazing what starts to appear over time when you put a little bit of work into a space consistently, and that goes beyond gardening. As you see, I'm also moving around some mulch today. If you watched my previous videos, you'll know that I managed to get these 15 bags of mulch delivered to my door for only $12. $12. That's the kind of frugal gardening I love. Finding deals is part of the joy. I've always been somebody who repurposes, reuses, and finds creative ways to stretch a dollar. Whether it's free plants from friends, propagating what I already have, or finding deals like this. My goal is to show people that gardening and a life doesn't have to be so expensive. And honestly, moving all of this mulch has reminded me how much my strength training has helped. A few months ago, hauling bags like this would have had me exhausted. Now I can move them around the yard without nearly as much a struggle and continue in the yard for hours at a time. That's another lesson I've learned this year. Every skill builds onto another. Gardening makes me more patient. Working out makes gardening easier. Learning new things gives me confidence to tackle bigger projects. That's really why I'm sharing this journey. I want other moms, especially women, doing things on their own, to see that you don't need to know everything before you start. Most of what I've learned this year came from simply trying, making mistakes, asking questions, not being afraid to fail, and then trying again. You can learn new skills, you can transform your space, you can create something beautiful from almost nothing. And if I can build a garden for less than $100, imagine what you can do with the space you already have. Catch you in the next video.